So close to 200,000 kilometers. Today's the day, by the way. I'm only 168 kilometers away, so we'll be there. And the awesome thing is, it's happening here in August. I thought it wouldn't happen for a couple of weeks until after our trip to Disneyland, but yeah, it's gonna happen today, so we'll capture that. Big milestone for the Light Runner. Hey there, people of the grid. Today is the big day for the Light Runner. It's kind of like a super mega birthday for the Light Runner, because today our car, the Tesla Model S 85D, is going to cross over 200,000 kilometers. 200,000 kilometers in under 4.5 years. It's unbelievable.
It's the fastest we've ever got to 200,000. Actually, it's the first time we've ever got to 200,000 in any car.
Yeah, we're getting close. We're about 70 kilometers away, so we're heading back home.
Yeah.
Thought we'd share with you some of the things that we really like about the car, some of the things that, you know, we're not so crazy about the car, which is a pretty short list. Then I'm going to take you through the specs, and then I'll take you through the cost of running the car. So how much has it cost us over these last just under 4.5 years? So what do we love about the car? I don't know, there's more than the top 10 list, but you know, one of my favorite things about the car is it's a Tesla. It is still just as exciting to get into this thing and drive it as it was the day it arrived on our driveway.
Which I got to pick up.
Yeah, Tammy got to see it before I did. She was home.
It killed him. I got to drive it first. And
you did get to drive it first, that's right.
Yeah, I had to put it on the driveway.
I was terrified driving it. I mean, this is not a cheap car, so we take this thing out and I'm like, I'm driving like a supercar. What happens if I hit the curb? What happens if I hit it? It's freaky. At first, it's freaky. Didn't take long, probably about a week or so to get over that feeling, but I mean, I love the
never get out of the Tesla feeling, though.
I love the technology in the car. I love autopilot, which ours came with. When we bought it, we didn't have it. An over-the-air update, which is pretty cool, gave us autopilot. We have AP1, which I still love. I think it's awesome, and I use it all the time. It is one of my favorite things. I love the displays. I love everything, the controls, the way they're laid out, the comfort for me, perfect.
Such a fanboy.
I'm a bit of a fanboy. Yeah, I love it. I love that it's electric, and I love that the entire world has places for us to charge. Like if I'm stuck, I'm really stuck, I can go beg somebody to use their plug. I can give them a few dollars and use their plug.
You really should ask first.
You should ask. Kids, don't drive up on people's lawns and plug into their house, kids.
Without asking.
Some people will frown upon that.
Yeah.
But you know, it really, I mean, the charging has been fantastic. This car has not slowed us down. We have 4 kids. We've traveled to Anaheim. We're going to do it again. We've traveled all over Alberta. We've traveled into BC to the coast. It's gotten us everywhere we wanted to get to, so I love that. There was a bit of an adjustment at first, kind of figuring out how far can the car go, what can you do, and if you're wondering, did you ever run out of juice, Mike, in 200,000 kilometers? I did. Once. I did the toe of shame. I pushed it, I didn't listen to the car, and you know what? You got towed in, I plugged in, it was fine, so I had to pay a little money for the tow truck.
Just so you know.
Tammy hasn't run out, but since then I have not run out. I don't ever plan to run out again. And that's something else I love about the car, is there is so much charging support for a Tesla. The supercharger network is fantastic. It's by far the biggest network on the planet. And then there's public charging sites too that we use when we need them as well. So I love that. We get free supercharging with our car. The new S's and the X's, depending on when you're seeing this video, they still get free supercharging. They went away for a while,
announced again, yeah.
And now it was just announced by Tesla that it's back. So that's what I love. Things I don't love, you know, I can't, there's nothing about this car that I don't like. I guess the only thing is, because it's such a high-tech loaded thing, it's got so much technology, that technology iterates and gets updated regularly. So now there's an autopilot 2 that's coming out, and that's going to get better. I won't be able to get that unless I buy a brand new Tesla. So, you know, but that's the risk you take with technology. You can watch, you can tell yourself, well, I'll wait until the next release comes out because it'll be better. but then the next release will come out and it'll be better yet. So with technology, you got to get in the game at some point.
Yeah.
And with this, we got in the game with AP1. Solid decision, solid choice. Loved it. It's been awesome. For me, love the car. Still love it 4.5 years in. Still love getting in to drive it. Can't get enough of driving it. It's awesome. What about you?
So there's a funny story about this car. So originally when we ordered a Tesla...
Earmuffs, kids.
Originally when we ordered a Tesla, we had ordered the X. We ordered it the day of Mike's birthday, 2015. And then he was on the internet and he wouldn't stop watching Tesla videos and he wouldn't stop talking about Teslas. And we hadn't seen the X. It wasn't even like it was announced, but they hadn't shown us like pictures or the reveal hadn't been done. And now all of a sudden he comes back to me a month later and he's like, we have a problem. I said, well, what's the problem? I don't want to wait for the X. We should get an S. And he came to me with all this info on why we should get an S.
Lots of data, spreadsheets.
Yeah. Finally, I said, okay, as long as we don't cancel the X, because this has 7 seats, which is awesome. It was like our first electric car that could hold all of us. But our kids are getting bigger and taller, and we knew that the jump seats would only work for a certain amount of time, so the X made more sense long term. But he convinced me, and so the S showed up, and it was awesome.
Best decision ever.
Yeah, and so now getting into both cars, one thing I find about driving the S, even though I drive the X all the time, is when I get into the S, it feels like a sports car. It feels like a rocket. It feels fast, and it is fast. You're lower to the ground. It just feels different. It's awesome. So that's what I love about the car. I love all Teslas, but I love this car because it's fast. I love the pano roof. I love the fact that we can hold a Thule box on top.
Yeah.
This car actually holds with the Thule more than the X holds.
Absolutely.
And that was he tried to convince me that we should take the S to Disneyland again, but I really want to take the X, and that's why we are. So it holds tons too. It's a bigger car, it's a sporty car, it's a fun car. I love to be able to open the sunroof in the summer. So those are my favorite things about this car that you haven't mentioned already.
And any things that you don't like or you would change if you had a second shot at it?
I wouldn't change anything, definitely. I love all the options we picked. I guess a few things that aren't my favorite are that we don't have AP2. But we don't have AP2 in either car. Mike already covered that and why.
You copied me. I said that already.
I wrote it down. Chargers. Now he says he loves that he can charge everywhere, and that's true. But if we're in a quick, if we have to get somewhere quick and back, there still isn't tons of charging in remote locations, and we're working on that. But it isn't my favorite thing, right? We're so spoiled with the supercharger network.
We're not working on it, but Tesla is, and other providers are. And what we've seen is there's more and more chargers popping up all the time. That story only gets better and better, and we kind of figured it would.
Yeah, and we knew that, but I mean, you always have to plan ahead and make sure, in my time frame, can I get to where I need to go and home, and it just takes planning.
So kind of like today when you needed your iPad charged, but you didn't plug it in, and then you had no cord.
So another thing I really like in this one, and I know the new S's have them, is the cup holders in the back seats. Because the kids never have anywhere to put their drinks and stuff. I know some people don't let their kids drink in the car, but you do. And then in the jump seats, it takes some finessing to get the temperature right. The kids sometimes are too hot, too cold. You have to aim the vents up. And
not my problem, because I sit up here. This is the area that needs to be perfect.
As the mom,
and
these things bother me.
As the dad, we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I just roll down a window. It's all good.
So the temperature in the back, if there was some vents back there, it'd be great, but I realize not everybody has jump seats.
Now that being said, when we did our first trip in this car to Disneyland in the winter, it's not like they were freezing back there. They were warm.
Well, they brought blankets too.
Yeah, we brought blankets because we didn't know. But I mean, it was comfortable. There could be vents back there. Now keep in mind, we ordered this model with the jump seats. Not all Teslas come with the jump seats, so for most of you, it won't even be an issue. But if you do get the jump seat option, or you buy a used one with jump seat options, That's
You just want to make sure you're asking the kids, are you warm?
Yeah,
Are you cool?
yeah.
And then you have to make sure you adjust the temperature accordingly.
crank
So
the
you
heat,
just
crank
have
the
to-
air. That's it. All right.
Those are my only things I don't like.
All right,
Nothing really.
Tammy's wrapping it up. You're bringing it in for landing. Tray tables in the upright position.
Thank you for flying.
Thank you for talking. It's getting close. It's getting close. We're 5 kilometers away. On the main dash, it rounds up, so I missed the flip, but we're there. You see the 200,000? We made it. Woo! 200,000 kilometers in an electric vehicle. We have owned this car from day one, and we've put every kilometer on this car. It is the original battery that we got with the car. Haven't had any issues with the battery whatsoever. Hopefully that stays that way for the next 4.5 years.
Crazy.
Crazy indeed.
400,000 kilometers on a car. That's crazy.
200,000. I don't think I've ever 200,001. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's awesome.
All right, guys, so let's take a look at this kind of by the numbers. When we spec'd out the Model S, here is what we went in with. We went in with the dual motors, so we got a motor in the front and in the back. That was extra. Love it. That gives us more range. That's why we picked it. We went with the blue metallic paint. Loved the color, and then 3 months later, they took it off the menu, so you couldn't get that color anymore, making it kind of a one of a kind. So the all-glass panoramic roof. We went with that because that was what you needed to get if you wanted to put roof racks on top of the car. So we went with that option. Don't regret it. We love that. We use the Thule box all the time. 19-inch silver Cyclone wheels. So that was a rim upgrade. We went with the Cyclone rims, which I thought looked nicer. Very happy with those. I've never, ever spent a dime on nice rims on any car that I have ever owned. This was the first time in my life. So I'm glad I did it. We went with the leather seats, easy to clean. Happy with those. They've weathered and worn really well. Like after 200,000 kilometers and lots of people in and out, kids especially, they're doing great. Carbon fiber decor, I love carbon fiber. It looks really cool. It's techie. Happy with it. Alcantara headliner, it's nice, looks sharp. Supercharger enabled. Yeah, that came with our car. There was kind of, it was just part of the deal. So happy we have that. Love it. Dual chargers. That means that our Model S can ingest 80 amps of a charge. That means we can add 80 kilometers of range in an hour off of a level 2 charging. Made that choice because I wanted to be able to charge quickly, and it's paid off. So less waiting time. Even now, if I find an 80 amp charger somewhere, I'll use it because I'll get more range out of it in a shorter amount of time. The wall connector for the garage, of course, that was something that we wanted to get. You don't need to. Some people charge off of 120. That's not for me. We needed something faster, and that's why we got it. Tech package with autopilot. Yeah, love it. Go with it. Treat yourself. Smart air suspension. Our car geotags all these parking lots and locations and will auto raise itself at slow speeds to accommodate higher curbs and such. So that's been really good. Ultra high fidelity sound, better stereo, so you can turn it up to 11 and it sounds awesome. Sub-zero weather package. That means we get heated seats. We get a heated landing zone for the windshield wipers. When they land, there's wires underneath that. Yeah, great. Love heated seats. It's awesome. And so our front seats are heated and our second row seats are heated. The ones in the very back, the jump seats, not heated, but hey, what are you going to do? And then the rear facing seats option at the time was $2,800. Here's the total, $121,020. Now, when you're all excited buying a Tesla, you see that number and you're like, wow, how am I going to pay for that? I went through all of that. We figured that out. And then we learned that, oh, but there's more. And the more was taxes. So on top of the car price, there was $3,562.56 of taxes. We pre-ordered the service package, which is 4 years for $2,000, and then an additional 4 years for $2,000. What that gave us was 8 service visits. We only used 4 of them. We didn't need the other 4, so we didn't know what it would be like. I wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be left stranded and paying huge amounts of money on an already crazy expensive car. So we went in for it. I think we got our value out of it. You know, we didn't get all 8 services, but the peace of mind was definitely worth it. So that cost $4,000. On the web, we ordered about $832.65 worth of mats and screens for the sunroof, just to, you know, in the winter, I thought it might be good to have a little air barrier there. We used them, like them, happy with it. I'm still using the original mats. They're awesome, the winter tough mats. We ordered an extra set of tires and rims. That was $4,286.44 just because I wanted a summer set and a winter set. I've never had a dedicated winter set of tires. Very glad we did that. And then we ordered a Chatamo adapter. In addition to the other adapter bits and pieces we ordered, the Chatamo was $450. Never, ever used it on a trip. But other people have. We've been loaning it out to anybody in our Alberta Tesla Club that needs it. So that's worked out really well. We will use it. We're going to take it on our upcoming Disneyland trip just in case. You know, it's more peace of mind, more charging options. That brings the total, wait for it. That brings the total to a whopping, let's scroll over here, $134,151.65. There it is right there. You can see it on the bottom. All those numbers are in there. So that is the baseline. That's what the car cost us. Everything in, the service, the extra set of tires. Now, you could argue you shouldn't put that in because you might not need extra. Everything I spent on this Tesla is in because I want a true representation. When I do the math on how much it's actually cost us per kilometer, I want it to be accurate because I might be comparing it to another car. I know some of you guys will be. So let's take a look at that. Okay, the meat and potatoes of the numbers. It's spreadsheet time, kids. Let's take a look. All right, let's bring it up to the upper left-hand top corner of my spreadsheet. That's kind of the analytics dashboard. It just amalgamates all of my numbers into a single view. I kind of like that. If I scroll down, you can see I've got 2019 and the breakdown 2018, 2017. What I've done there is every single month, every single time I charge, I track whether I charge at home, whether I charge at a public charger, whether I charge at a supercharger, and I put in all the details, how much we charged, how much we got out of that, how far we went, and that all adds up and rolls up to this top kind of dashboard. Now, let's take a look at the expenses because you buy the car, you buy all the little options for the car, and you come up with that $134,000 number. There's some extra costs over the years because you have to maintain the car. You might have to fix something. You might have to do that. So let's take a look at what those extra costs are. The first time I incurred it was the second year we owned it, which was that $1,600. So if we take a look, we spent $1,600 on a windshield because we had a cracked windshield in the first year. It just happens living here. And then we spent $288.75. That's Canadian to have Speedy Auto Glass install that windshield. The windshield is a Tesla windshield. It came from Tesla. They send it to Speedy. We had to pay Tesla, and then we had to pay Speedy $288.75 to install it. We didn't go through insurance because we didn't have the coverage for that. I'm pretty sure now we do. So this next windshield, which also needs to be replaced, we should be doing it through insurance. So that's 2016. If we look at 2017 and look at the spend there, $73.50 for windshield repair. We had some rock chips, and I had the people that fill it, they filled it with the acrylic, and that's done really well. So that was money well spent. Then I kind of felt left out on the tech side, and my main processing unit, the MPU, it had a 3G cellular modem on it. All the new kids had LTE, and I wanted to have LTE to get faster map updates. So I sprung for the $511.81 to get LTE upgrade, kind of future-proofing it for a few more years. It was worth it. It's faster. And then, of course, you get used to that speed and you forget you did it. And then $42 to swap from winter tires to summer or summer to winter. The Cal Tire was doing it for free for us, and then they said, yeah, we got to charge. So they were charging. So that's 2017. In the third year, 2018, spent a little more money on it. Now, if you look at what we spent it on, $880.48, that was cosmetic stuff. That was a rear trim curb hit where I had backed up to one of those. It was a concrete curb, and it was higher, and the car kind of settled onto it. And when I drove off, it just sort of bent the back a little bit, enough to bother me. We lived with it for a bit, and then we just sprung the fix, $880. Again, a summer tire swap, $37.80. And then I had to buy a new set of winter tires there in 2018. So that was $1,329.80. So not bad. You'd have to do that with most any car. So that should be similar. It's nothing special to Tesla. And then last but not least, in 2019, look at the comment in there, spent spent a fair bit. So $339, that was the 5th service. So remember, the first 4, they were free. Everything in there was included. The 5th service had to replace the battery. And there was a little issue with my passenger door handle where it would come out, but it wouldn't release the door. The micro switch wasn't picking up. So they fixed that. I also had to get a new headlight bulb. With my Tesla Model S, I've got bulbs inside. I don't have full-blown LEDs, so it was only a $301.88 repair. The newer Teslas, I believe it's $1,250. It's a whole lot more because the entire unit gets replaced instead of just the bulbs. So I'm kind of happy I have just the bulbs. And then again, passenger door wiring fix. That was temporary because they found the wires had rubbed and they were exposed. So they put some tape around it. They ordered the proper cabling assembly. That came in later, which is the 425/25. And then in between there, got myself a new set of summer tires for $1,200 and 5.51. That's it. When you total that up, the total spend on the car in 4.5 years, just under $6,784.34. Not too bad. All right, here's the numbers that I love the most. It's that bottom line and then the line that says cost/KM. Let's go to the bottom line first. The bottom line is the entire cost of the car plus the extras that I purchased, all the things that I probably didn't need and all the things that I did need, that plus the cost of the maintenance and repairs that we've done in the time that we've owned the car gives us a number. I take that number and I look at the kilometers driven and I do some math to figure out how much it cost us per kilometer to own and drive this car. Right now we are at 71 cents per kilometer. Not bad. The more important number is look at the cost per kilometer at the end here. In total, you can see 0.01 cents. It's actually less than that. It costs less than a cent to drive a kilometer. That's to propel it. So comparing to gas, it's less than a cent. But the real cost, if you're comparing any other vehicle, is that 71 cents. So we're 4 years in, 200,000 kilometers, and it's costing us 71 cents. Let's take a look at our previous vehicle, which was the Dodge Grand Caravan. Down there, you can see at the end of our term, it got to 56 cents. But after 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, between 4 and 5 years, that's where it was in the range that our Tesla is right now. So our Tesla cost as much to drive, even as expensive as it is, as the Dodge Grand Caravan did when we drove it because we were paying for gas and repairs. Look at the repair bill on the Dodge Grand Caravan. In the years that we owned it, almost $20,000. Take a look at our truck, which we still have. Our truck is after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 93 cents more than the Tesla. Our truck was more expensive to drive than the Tesla. Here's something else that's interesting. The truck, look at this over here, $31,944. We paid half price for the truck because we got a 2-year lease as a gift from Tammy's parents. Thank you. And then we had the option to buy it out at the end of the lease, which we did. Why wouldn't we? We got a new truck for half price. Even that, at that half price, look at the expensiveness or the expense of driving it. Right now, it is at 87 cents a kilometer. It costs more to drive the truck than the Tesla. Why? Look at the repair bill on the truck. Truck maintenance, so far almost $30,000 to keep that truck in tip-top shape. Something goes wrong, I fix it. It's not cheap. Take a look at Tron. That's our Nissan Leaf. Our Nissan Leaf, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it's between 69 and 66 cents. Canadian, it's in the zone of the Tesla. The Tesla's sooner, in a short amount of time, going to be cheaper to drive than the Leaf. So going back to the Light Runner, 71 cents a kilometer, less than a cent to drive. It's not a bad deal. Oh, look at my charging profile. Because I do a lot of trips for business and a lot of work and we go to places, we do a lot of distance travel. My charging profile, 31%, the blue, that's charging at home. 43%, that's charging off of the Tesla supercharger network. And then 27% off of anywhere else, destination chargers. Tammy's profile is a lot different. With the Model X, she charges mostly at home. But hey, everybody's different. That's the numbers. That's the Light Runner story. 2,000 kilometers in. We'll keep you updated as the years go by. Miker out.